Jesus can break every chain. Introduction. When you feel bound. There are moments in life when people feel trapped by fear, addiction, sin, guilt, anxiety, or painful past experiences. These struggles can feel like chains that hold us back, keeping us from living in peace and freedom. Many people try to break these chains on their own but fail repeatedly. The good news is this: Jesus has the power to break every chain. No matter how strong the bondage may seem, nothing is stronger than his power and love. Jesus came to set you free. The mission of Jesus was not only to save us but also to set us free from every form of bondage. John 8 verse 36. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. This verse is a powerful declaration of true freedom. When Jesus frees someone, that freedom is complete. It is not temporary or partial. It is real and lasting. No chain is too strong for him to break. Chains of sin are broken through him. Sin is one of the strongest chains that binds people, creates distance from God, and brings guilt and shame. But Jesus came to remove that burden. Romans 6 verse 6. For we know that our old self was crucified with him, so that the body ruled by sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin. Through his sacrifice on the cross, Jesus broke the power of sin. You are no longer a slave, you are free. You don't have to live under the control of your past mistakes anymore. Freedom from fear and anxiety. Fear is another chain that holds many people captive, stops growth, destroys confidence, and steals peace. But God offers freedom from fear. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. This verse reminds us that fear does not come from God. Instead, he gives us strength, love, and a sound mind. Through Jesus, you can overcome fear and walk in confidence. Jesus breaks chains of oppression. Throughout the Bible, Jesus demonstrated his power by setting people free from spiritual oppression and suffering. Luke 4 verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is on me, because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor, to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to set the oppressed free. Jesus came specifically to bring freedom. Whether the chains are spiritual, emotional, or physical, his power is greater than all forms of oppression. God's power is greater than your struggle. Sometimes people feel like their situation is too difficult or too broken to be changed. But God's power has no limits. Jeremiah 32 verse 27. I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? No addiction, no habit, no pain, and no situation is beyond God's ability to restore. What seems impossible to you is possible with him. He can break chains that you thought would never be removed. Victory through faith in Jesus. Freedom comes when we trust Jesus and surrender our struggles to him. Faith unlocks his power in our lives. Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. This verse reminds us that we don't fight our battles alone. Jesus gives us the strength to overcome. Through him, we can rise above every challenge and break free from every chain. You are no longer bound. When Jesus sets you free, your identity changes. You are no longer defined by your past or your struggles. 2 Corinthians 3 verse 17. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. God's presence brings freedom into every area of life. When you invite him into your situation, chains begin to fall, and new life begins. Conclusion. Step into your freedom. If you feel trapped today, remember that Jesus is your deliverer. He sees your struggles, knows your pain, and has the power to set you free. You don't have to stay bound any longer. Bring your burdens to him. Trust in his promises. Walk in faith, because no matter how strong the chains may seem, Jesus can break every chain.